Hey everybody, we're
Welcome
back.
to Get Her Too
Podcast.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yay!
We are enjoying summer.
Yeah.
Hope y'all are too.
Yeah.
And before we get into our great episode, as we always like to hear what you've been doing, what have we been up to?
So you know how we talked about before doing something you've never done before? Well,
If
we
you're
did
not
that.
ready,
If you're not ready.
then it's the perfect time, right?
It's the perfect
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So Mindy came to my little place at the lake, and I thought we were going paddleboarding. Though I bought a wave runner, but I don't have a hitch on my car, and we didn't have anyone to take it. So I'm like, well, we're paddleboarding. So we're all there.
And what did I say?
You said, hell no, we're not paddleboarding.
It was like,
And I was like,
exactly like that too.
Well, I don't have a hitch. Do you have a hitch? And she's like, yeah.
Well, I didn't even know at first, but then I remembered I had the sport package on my car, and I'm like, well, look at that, I have a hitch.
Well, actually, is that the actual terminology,
This-
hitch?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
What's
I think
the thing
so.
that we put in?
I'm pretty
the
sure
ball
that's what-
thing.
Okay, now we're gonna go in a totally different
Sorry.
direction because I'm
Sorry.
already.
Sorry. But anyway, so thank God Doug
Yes.
had left the ball thing that you slide in the hitch.
He left his ball.
Yeah. And we freaking put that mother on her car and we pulled it. She's never pulled anything.
No.
She's never slid anything into her hitch.
Nope.
Never.
Wow. Again,
Well,
topic for a different podcast.
And we went down to the boat dock. Now there's so many volunteers at our boat dock. It's amazing.
They're
and I
awesome,
knew
and
we'd
they're
be
awesome.
okay.
Yeah.
So she pulls up, I take the straps off, and I go straight to the person.
Well, let's get clear here. You first said, "Hey, can you help her? Can you get in the car and do it for her?"
I did.
You did.
I know, I went straight there.
You
I
did.
gave
You went
no
straight
credit.
to the man.
Oh,
Didn't even give me a chance.
yeah.
Because I wasn't ready. And then you got out of the car.
Well, and he's like, no.
Yeah, he.
And then
he
I just said,
refused.
hey, look, here's the situation. We decided on Poker Run Day, so it's crazy, to put the wave runner in the water. And we've never done this before.
Right.
I've helped
Right.
Doug, but I've never done the trailer. Backing up a trailer
Yeah.
is hard.
Yeah,
Plus,
it is.
by the way, backing up a wave runner or small trailer is even harder.
Apparently
they say.
harder. Didn't know, but I went down
Oh.
the black run before doing the blue run.
Yes, she did. If we were snow skiing.
Yes.
Yes. So we had a lot of Austin Power moments.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
and it was kind of funny. We were all
was
laughing,
awesome.
and there was like 4 people giving her directions, along with me, who thinks I know.
Which was
Is your-
amazing.
Yeah.
The window's down, and I'm
So-
like, which one of you? Which one of you do I listen to right now? Because I've got left, right, back, forward, straight. I'm like, I have no idea.
But she was totally calm. This is Mindy. I get nervous, Nelly, sometimes. I wasn't nervous, but you're just like calm during these situations.
It was just fun.
It was fun.
It
You're
was
like, we're gonna
funny.
have some stories.
Yeah, like what's the worst
Okay.
that can happen is I would have to ask the guy
Yeah.
to get in and do it for me.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the worst.
I mean, I was just going straight there.
Which
Let's
I
just
didn't
get
have
on
to
the
do,
water.
for
No.
the record.
So I got on the jet ski, got to the dock. She got on, forgot the life jackets in our dry bag, but that's
It's
okay.
okay. The rest
That
of the day was great.
Oh my God, we had
was great.
so much fun, and I could not believe that we did it.
And so again, when you're not ready, that's when you need to do things.
yeah,
And just
Yeah.
have fun with it, and don't overanalyze it, and don't
yeah.
go like, oh my gosh, am I gonna break something? Like if you break it, you break it. Like
Yeah.
the invoice would have been sent straight to me.
Well, you did
But,
break
no,
something.
wait, we're not gonna. You know what? We have a guest. We have a guest who's with us today.
Yeah. Oh, we have to do a shout out for the pineapples. Though,
Okay.
first.
Okay. Fair.
So after we went to the different boats, they had little punch cards.
Yeah.
They'd give you a little something,
For the
whatever.
poker run.
After we were done with the poker run, we went to a beach where Doug and I had met the group called the Pineapples, and we'll just say they're the Pineapples because they're very hospitable. That's
Mhm,
what pineapple stands for,
Mhm.
in case you didn't know that.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes. Oh, I know.
Anyway, shout out to the Pineapples, Nikki, Danielle,
Woo.
Cheryl, Leslie. We love them.
Yeah.
They were like, come on over, pulled the jet ski up on the beach. They were like,
Food,
yeah,
drink,
eat this food.
Yeah,
And we had
wraps,
wraps,
little,
yeah.
I mean, they were great. They were awesome.
they were
It was
so,
really fun.
so fun. So it was a great
Really
weekend.
fun,
So
yeah.
that's what we've been up to.
Yeah.
And now
so,
it's going to rain this weekend.
it's okay.
Anyway.
It's okay. So,
Okay.
to everyone out there, hope you're having a great summer. And if you're not ready to do something that you're scared of doing, just do it.
Yeah.
And we want to hear about it.
Yeah.
So, with that said,
Sorry for my rambling.
being not ready to do something, that might be parenting your adult kids. So did you
It
like
might
that
be.
segue?
That
was that good?
was really good. Get
That was
your
good,
glasses
wasn't it?
on.
I got to get my glasses because I got to bring in our
Jeez.
guest.
I know.
Our guest. Do you want to?
Yeah, let me
light
introduce my
introduction? I'm going
guest.
to pop her up while you introduce her. Is that cool?
All right.
Okay.
Everyone's going to look at her beauty while
That's
I'm
okay.
introducing her. Hi, Mace.
Hi.
This is Miss Macy Chance. I met Macy over 25 years ago. She continues to be amazing friend. She comes out from Denver, Colorado area, where I once lived. She is a realtor that specializes in women going through divorce. So she's gone through that
Really
process.
cool niche.
Love that niche.
Not
or
that I've
niche
ever
or-
been there. Not that I've ever been there twice.
Yeah. I was gonna say I heard that. I heard that
Whoa,
maybe
whoa,
you
it's
have
like
been.
around, isn't it? Good stories like that.
Exactly.
That's right.
So, Macy is oh my gosh, we've gone through so much together. Divorces, babies.
The babies were first.
The babies were first. I was pregnant with my second, and Macy was trying to get pregnant, and I had her over for lunch, and I said, I have to tell you something. She goes, what? And I said, I'm pregnant again. And it was totally unexpected. And Macy was like, that's okay. And then she got
That's
pregnant
okay.
a month later.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our kids are like the girls are 6 weeks apart, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Totally.
Okay.
So anyway, Macy is my grounded friend. Like if I need to be, am I crazy here or am I not? She gives me great sound advice. And Macy, you've had a lot of practice dealing with, or not dealing with.
I know that makes
Let's say navigating.
Well, sometimes it can be.
Yeah.
And I
Sure.
love this topic because,
Oh gosh, I'm so
I know.
sorry. Whoa, earthquake.
just a little earthquake here.
earthquake.
I know, we know probably about 10 people that we could just that are really challenged with parenting. They want, with their adult children, they want to support them, but not enable them, but they're having a hard time sometimes not enabling them. And well, what if I do that? What if I take that away? What if I charge them rent? What if? And it's a real struggle. However, their joy is being diminished. Resentful's going up. You've been really open with me about all the different things going through this process and have learned so much. So I thought it would be great to have you. So Macy!
Yay. Thank you. I'm excited. Well, I'll start off by saying I am definitely not an expert, but I've had a lot of therapy to help me through the process.
Great company, Macy.
Yeah.
Company.
Yeah. So, so I have two daughters that are 23 and 20. And then I have three stepsons that are 24, 22, and 19.
Oh wow.
So we're in the thick of it.
Like a different situation probably in every single one of them.
I mean, all five of them have all of their own
Yeah.
stuff going on. I mean, they're all just navigating adulthood, and we're navigating it with them and how to be good parents to them. So Nat, you have two girls.
Yep. Mine are 23 and 24.
Okay. And what about you, Mindy?
I have a son and a daughter, and my son will be 24, and my daughter just turned 22.
Okay. So
I mean, we are talking literally.
we're all in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And these kids all were affected by COVID too.
Yeah.
Which not a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah, each in their own way. Like we're in the process of moving, and we're going through a bunch of just getting rid of stuff and whatever. And I came across some stuff from my older daughter's college. She was a 2020 grad, so she, they all were affected in different ways. But she didn't do in Colorado. Their high school does graduation at Red Rocks. She didn't get that. She went to Washington State, which Washington was way more shut down than most colleges, and so she was in my basement for the first year. And anytime I see something about her college, I just get so emotional because I feel so bad for her. And my husband's like, why do you feel so much worse for her than the other kids? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I guess there's something going on for me in all of that because all the kids were impacted, but for whatever reason, I was feeling overly emotional for her because that's, they all had challenges, but that was a tough one for her for sure.
Like graduation, because my son was also class of 2020.
Yeah.
And then my daughter was 2021. So I think when we see those things, they're like rites of passage. They're those
Yeah.
traditional,
Yeah.
social constructs that we believe in as we get to do this because we're a part of this society
Yeah.
that puts so much emphasis around it.
Yep.
And it's an exciting time, and we build it up in our minds to be like, if we don't have it, then what?
Yeah. They do, and then we as parents did too,
Yes, and it's funny you say that because my son, he couldn't have given two hoots and a holler about
Rat's
not having a
ass.
graduation.
Yeah.
He was so fine with it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just so funny, and instead he got in his Prius and he drove across the country. Like, but
Yeah.
but I think
Yeah.
he was the exception. Let's
I
be
mean,
honest.
yeah.
I think he's an
Yeah.
but for the most part, I mean, I think that those rites of passage were stripped from them. Prom, homecoming,
Yeah,
tournaments that our athletes could have played
Mhm.
in, could have played in, and
absolutely.
right?
And even the year after.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't get to start their senior year.
No.
They didn't get the football season. They didn't,
Yeah.
get the homecoming. They
Things
didn't
that
get,
seem
you know,
superficial,
yeah,
almost
Yeah.
at some level,
Right.
yeah,
but yet important.
Yeah. And at the end, and I think, us being where we are in our lives, like we can look at that and go, oh, they'll learn from that. They'll come out stronger for it. But you're also watching them struggle. And in general, it's hard to watch your kids struggle. And that's the thing that we've had to learn, me and my husband and I, just like, it's okay for our kids to feel pain. And that's not something we're used to doing for them. And that's where that like enabling piece is like
yeah.
letting them feel what's going on. And that actually serves them better than us taking the pain away from them.
And one thing that I want all the parents to hear is that they lost out, these kids because of COVID, lost out on experience and communication.
Mm-hmm.
As that their brain did not fully develop in that capacity.
Right.
So they are behind. So if you're kind of going, what is going on? Are they operating like a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old? They might be. And we need to support them in that, but we still need to have boundaries around that.
Yes.
So you've had boundaries in lots of areas. So living situations, financial,
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to you many times about these. Am I a horrible parent because I'm charging rent? Am I,
Right.
all those things. So tell us your experience and maybe some of these areas that can shed light and help other people that are hearing this.
Yeah, I mean, the financial piece of it has probably been the hardest boundary that we've had to draw. And I think it comes from this, we don't want to watch our kids struggle. And so as they've gotten older, we've really pulled back on what we're doing to support them financially. There's still things that we are doing for them because we see that actually is helpful for them.
Yeah.
But the things that we are pulling back on, we have to deal with them hearing us say no. And that's not easy. It's not because you just want to be like, okay, I'll just say yes. But then then we're not in alignment and we're not in tune with our values. And at the end of the day, I feel like our job is to help our kids learn how to navigate the real world. And so if we're constantly giving them money every time they ask, they're never going to learn how to be resourceful.
Right.
They're never going to have to learn what it means to have a second job or have a side hustle. Or, I mean, I had to do that. My husband had to do that. I mean, and I get like, yes, things are different now and things are more expensive now. I have that's a reality, which is why we're still doing some helping of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's kind of how we've approached it.
Kids, and I would say, as far as it being more difficult now, it is. Right, and I think as parents, we have to be aware of that, because I do hear some old school thinking around that of, well, we had it hard and we got through it, suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah,
Like, whoa, hold up, let's have a little empathy first.
Yeah.
sure.
Empathy.
Yeah.
And then, like, both my kids, they've been working since they were 15 and 16.
Right.
And they've really never not had a job.
Right.
And that's still really hard for them to cover their living expenses.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's not for lack of trying.
No.
And they're not those kinds of kids who are going to go out and spend $300 on a pair of shoes. They're just not. It's not been ingrained in them that that's how
Right.
to. I mean, they're not huge savers,
They're still learning in aspects,
Right.
but
Sure.
you're
but
you're
it is
willing to
hard
help.
to
It
cover
is
the
hard.
cost of living, and so
Yeah.
you have to have roommates. You
Yeah.
can't live alone.
Yeah.
Jesus, a 50-year old adult is hard enough to live alone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
And
pay
I
all
want
the
2
bills.
houses.
So how do we set those boundaries for our adult kids when we know that the hardships are real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it is real, and so it's like, what is saving them and enabling bad behavior versus supporting?
Yeah.
Like, how do you differentiate that?
Well, I think particularly when it comes to the finances, we've taken the approach of trying to educate them financially, helping them look at here's what a budget looks like, and not just so that they can visualize where's all my money going, how much money do I need to have to pay my bills? How much money do I have extra to do the things that I want to do? And then they have to make choices. They're going to have to decide what makes the most sense for them. And I think that by not stepping in without some education around it is enabling, and we're taking away their ability to figure things out. I want my kids to know, and that's been the constant, practice is, and it is a practice because I definitely don't do it perfectly, but we want our kids to know that we believe in them and we believe that they can figure it out. And by constantly swooping in, we're in a way telling them, well, you can't figure it out, so we have to figure it out for you.
Yeah, we don't trust you that you
Right.
can do this. So how do you start that conversation with budgets? And I really want to know this because, with my girls, I really try and watch my comments towards them. Like,
Sure.
I don't comment about their spending. I don't, do things like that. Is it balloons?
Wow.
You're celebrating.
I guess so. Look at that.
My Italian talking.
Yeah.
But is it like, do you say, hey, are you interested? I'd be happy to help you with
Yeah.
Is it a conversation like that, or is
Yeah,
it-
I mean, and you guys, we have 5 different kids that have 5 different kind of personalities.
Good
And
point.
so it totally is different for each kid. Our oldest, he sent us his bank statements and let us look at them.
And you
My,
answer them for 'em.
we said, hey, we're willing to help you because he's just feeling really, tight and whatever. And so financially, so we're like, hey, why don't you let us take a look at it? So we did, and we sent it to him, and then we were really unattached. It's like, here you have the information. You can do with it what you want. Now, my oldest, I don't think she would. I've never asked her for her bank statements. I don't think she would give them to me,
Yeah.
because that's something she wants to keep more private. So I think,
Your oldest said something really interesting.
oh,
The saver.
my oldest is a saver, probably a little bit. I don't want to say to a fault, but there's always too much of a good thing. But she is really, really good with her money. And I said, how is it that you have, because she's been saving up a lot. I said, how is it that you have saved so much? She says, because I'm poor. I said, but you're not. And she goes, but I live like I'm poor. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh God, that's brilliant.
Yeah, that is brilliant.
it is.
Interesting.
And it is so interesting that you said that, because each kid is going to respond differently
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the exact same
Yeah.
interaction or conversation.
Yeah.
And Austin, my son, he disassociated, like he switched bank accounts, and we had combined, right? And when he was 18,
Yep.
like the day he turned 18, done.
Peace
Mom
out.
cannot see in there anymore. Whereas my daughter,
I can still see mine.
I still have visibility into it.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't care. She's like, help me if you want to help me. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta understand where this money's going.
But it's kind of nice that he took it away because you don't have the
I-
privilege of looking
Right.
at it and going,
Yeah.
because
Right.
I have said, Mads, did you want me to transfer to your
I know,
savings?
but that's-
Because it's,
It's so easy to get into.
it's so easy to get into.
Yes.
This then leads to
Are we
every
talking
kid is
loud?
different.
Hmm.
Yeah, a little bit. That's okay. Every kid is different.
Yeah.
So, put finances aside and let's just talk about boundaries, about behavior,
Hmm.
about interaction, about what's okay and what's not okay.
Yeah.
Now that we're all adults, we don't have that hierarchical parent-child.
Oh,
Yep.
God, it's so hard.
And so, like, it's all going to be different, right? It's a hodgepodge.
Are you my roommate
Yeah, like,
or am I your mother? And
Yeah.
And I'd love to hear what you say
Yeah.
about that. But let's talk about our kids living with us
Hmm.
because you've gone through that. And
so
I know,
are you going through that now? Do you still have?
We have one at home. My stepson's at home with us, and then my youngest daughter moved out a couple of months ago. But the circumstances in which she moved out, where I set boundaries of here's what it looks like for you to live with us, and she didn't want to live by that, so she left. So she was asked to leave, and so that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done as a parent.
yeah.
And I had to protect my own mental health, the sake of my marriage. Like it was not a very good situation, and so we've had to do quite a bit of rebuilding since then. And I think it's going really well. We have mostly only positive interaction now because she's not living here, and so that's the benefit of that. But then our stepson is also at home, so.
Yeah. So what kind of boundaries? We don't want to live by the Macy Bible and pinpoint you and like,
Yeah.
what is the play-by-play? But is there something that, in general, boundaries that you set with them when they're living with you? Like, let's start with rent.
Yeah, and we have not asked my stepson to pay rent at this point. We're actually moving, and so he's going to be moving out, and we knew that was happening, and so we thought, you know what, let him kind of save up some money on his own. If this situation wasn't going to change, then we would be asking him to pay rent. And we've talked about whether we do rent as a forced savings for them, meaning like you pay it, we hold it for you type of thing. And we just never got to that point. But I do like that. I think that's something
I've heard
that's,
that before too. I like that too.
I've heard that, yeah. And that
Yeah.
works great, I think, when you have two incomes or,
sure. Yes,
because sometimes
absolutely.
that can be a challenge.
Yeah, or lower housing costs and things like that. I mean, that could definitely be an option, but sometimes, yeah, it's not an option. You actually need the money to pay the bills and to pay the extra water and the extra electricity and all that stuff. So that's definitely, we just hadn't gotten to that point. But I think just in general, and again, I'm not like an expert. All I know is like we've just lived through a lot of trying to figure it out, is when I get to the point where I feel like I'm out of alignment with what feels comfortable to me, I start to get really frustrated. And then my husband and I will start to kind of get into it. And it's like, oh, there's the sign that there's a boundary that needs to be set. And we need to figure out what that is with the kids.
And working with your therapist and
Yep.
things like that, all your resources to figure
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
Kid, individual. What do you think you've learned the most through this process?
That I was a massive people pleaser, that I was trying to overcompensate because, divorce and living situation changes and things like that. And that doing those things, anything you're doing as a parent out of fear or guilt is never the answer.
There you go.
You just nailed it,
Drop
Macy.
the mic
yeah,
moment.
You just nailed it. That's what it is.
AI is going to pick up that little
all
clip. It's
out
going to
of
be
fear.
viral.
It's
Mhm.
all out of fear. The things that we do.
Yep.
I want them to love me.
Yep.
I don't want them to be mad at me. I don't, God forbid, have something happen to them.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be homeless. Where are
Right.
they going to go? What's
Right.
going to happen?
And
Yeah.
it drives us to then make these decisions that are just enabling.
Yep. Yeah, and it all comes from a great place. Like we're all just trying to love our kids really well, and we don't want them to suffer and we don't want them to feel pain. But but again, it just kind of comes back to, but if you're doing it because of that, then that's not the right answer. It's, I had to do my own inner work. We all have done all this inner work to figure out, why am I overcompensating? Why do I feel so guilty? And realizing that it's not good for anyone. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for your kids, and it's not good for us as adults and women to be doing that and modeling that for our kids. That's not good either.
And that enabling piece, you can love your kids, but letting them make their own decisions as they are these young adults,
Yep.
and letting them fail at them. And it's hard. London, my daughter, she put an order for $850 for some clothes from Pakistan that were vintage. And she's like, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know. It's risky. Like, you really don't know what you're getting.
Yep.
What's the worst case scenario? Knowing that it might not work out and you might
Right.
be out $850. And she was. And she was upset about it. And she learned, and now she knows. And that was a hit.
But had you said don't do it,
Right.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, we have to get out of the business of telling our kids what we think they should do, because they just will run the other direction. Maybe they hear little bits of it, but
usually not.
yeah.
No, I mean, they do. They may just not respond like they did. But I remember being at the doctor's office when Austin was only probably 9 or 10. And I'm talking for this kid because he was on the quieter side. He was an introvert growing up. Not anymore. Don't know what happened there.
Oh my gosh.
But he wouldn't say anything when you'd ask him questions because he was a processor. And he would just take it all in, and then you'd have to sit there and wait and wait and wait. You're like, come on, dude, help me out. So I would end up talking for him because I would get impatient. I knew the answer, so why don't I just spit it out rather than letting him do it? And finally, one day at the doctor's office, he goes, Mom, I got it. And I was like, okay. All right, yep.
I thought you were
You're
going to
right.
say that the doctor told you, hey, Mom.
No,
shut up.
Austin told me.
Well,
Austin.
BF had to tell me. Our BF is our therapist, and I brought Maddie in with me, and he said, Mom. And I was like, okay, sorry,
Because
Mom.
we just
Yeah.
get into that.
We do.
We do things for them. And I think about it from a work point of view of as a manager, in a team of employees, if we're just micromanaging and doing their work for them,
Right,
like, what is the result of that?
right.
Right.
Horrible work culture. So why
Yeah.
do we do that with our kids?
Yeah, because we're
Again,
tied.
the fear.
A lot of times we're tied to their success, too.
Absolutely.
Or, they wanted to be the cheerleader or the, quarterback or whatever it is. Or they want it to be better for them than it was when they went through life. And that can put so much pressure on your kids to be really, really destructive. I remember looking back at high school and remembering the kids that got everything.
Yeah.
The Petersons, they were,
Petersons.
they had the Nikes, we got Nike way later.
Yeah.
They had a car when they were 16, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And to see how they navigated through life, and it was challenging in the beginning because when you're so used,
Petersons, if you guys are listening right now,
God,
I'm sure you're great.
I know
It wasn't about you, Peterson.
I'm treading water right now. I'm totally treading water.
Sure,
right
you're
now.
doing great.
Anyway, they are doing good, but I think if we give our kids so much and they're so used to having the newest iPhone, the newest this, when it's time for them to leave the nest and they have very little and they feel poor, it diminishes their self-worth because they're so used to having all of that stuff.
Yep.
It's a shock to their system,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I think it's like anything else. The fewer expectations we have, full stop, the better. And especially when it comes to our kids, we have to let them figure out how to navigate their life. Let them. It's right there on our wrist.
Yep.
It's
So I have a philosophical question for you, Macy. I'm curious to see how you
Go
answer
for
it.
questions.
Oh boy.
So the whole let them, okay? Let's just
Mhm.
say that hypothetically speaking, if I'm saying I gotta let you, my kid, fall over the curb, smack in your face on the hard concrete ground,
Are we talking
and
toddler?
get back up. No,
or
no,
young
no,
adult?
adult.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you fall,
Mhm.
and you have to get back up on your own. They're then looking at me going, really, Mom? Why did you become a parent?
Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. My daughter's in their worst of it. You birthed me. You birthed me. You
Yeah,
have to
so
deal
now
with
you're
this.
gonna let me
Yeah.
tip over and skid my face on the concrete? Like, really?
So
Yep.
what do you say to
Yeah,
that,
what-
Mace, in that situation?
I mean, yeah, again, I know it's a philosophical. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you, and then I have to go and do what I need to do so that I don't fall apart and try to rescue. Because again, it just doesn't serve anybody. It's hard though. It is so hard when you are seeing them. They're walking down that sidewalk and you see it,
I know it. Whether
and
it's with a relationship
Yeah.
or
financially.
finances,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Friendships.
But we all know
Yep.
we've tripped, we've fallen
Times.
multiple times, and we've gotten back up.
Yep.
And we didn't have a parent saving us. We didn't have anybody coming in to save us as adults, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Well, some of
So,
us.
Ooh.
Well, my parents were savers.
Up in your 30s, even?
I mean, they could be if I let them.
God, that's
They
means
could have been.
so much.
They could have been if I let them. If I let
Yeah.
them, they would have. And sometimes I did let them.
but
And again, it didn't serve me well in the long run.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I do know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
yeah. And I think there are things that we can do to help our kids. I mean, my parents helped me buy my house when I was coming out of my divorce. It was my money, but they signed on the dotted line for me because I couldn't. So that's okay, I think. Those are things that we can do. But my parents stepped aside when they saw my marriage falling apart. They didn't say anything to me, and that's a good thing, that I needed to figure it out on my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No.
what does it say about me?
No.
Unbelievable.
I'm just kidding.
You know I was coming back to
Just
that.
kidding.
Don't touch me.
Anyway, yeah, and you do need to be there to support them
Mm-hmm.
and say, I'm here. Do you need some resources?
Yeah.
Here's a person to call. London runs into something, I'm like, give him a call. I suggest or whatever, and work through it. And she's so proud of herself when she does it, and she's
Yeah.
adulting so well.
Yeah.
So it's not taking away the support, but having the empathy of the situation. And if you ever need to talk, I'm here.
Yes, it goes from being what I've been coined as the fixer. You're a people pleaser. You probably know a little bit about being a fixer.
Oh yeah.
To a coach.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's very different.
Yeah.
Love that, Mindy. That's
Well, that comes from BF.
That comes from BF.
That comes
Okay.
from BF.
Straight
And
from
he,
BF.
yep, and he told me flat out, like, you know how to fix. We know you know how to fix.
Yeah.
You've been doing that for 50 plus years, honey.
Yeah.
Now you also know how to coach. Now
Right.
coach.
Yep. Because you.
Not withdrawing. You are not disconnecting. You are not walking away.
No.
No. You're not
No.
seeing them bleed on the sidewalk and you walk.
And just walking away. Exactly. Well, and our kids do ask for help sometimes, and sometimes it's reasonable to help them in some ways, and sometimes it's like, yeah, actually you need to figure that one out on your own. Here's some places you could go look, here's some resources for you, but we're not going to jump in and rescue. So that's hard. It's a hard line, and I think the answer really is us trying to be as clear and as grounded as we can in what we're trying to do in the long run.
Yeah.
Macy, I have a follow-up question. You said something earlier about how you know the feeling that you get when you feel out of alignment,
The
and
sign.
you know that you have to do something or you're just going to lose yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go back to that because we are all just kids who grew up.
Yep. That's
We're-
right.
We're
Right,
in our 50s for
right.
the first time.
And this is our first time around.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think, at least for my kids, we're finally getting to that place where they're understanding that I'm really just like another human being trying to live life.
Totally.
Yeah.
Aside from mom, who, knows everything
Yes.
and is
Yep.
available. So tell me, with 5
Mhm.
adult kids, what that looks like for you, to where you have been able to not lose yourself in your identity, or when you did lose yourself, and what's that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I haven't done it perfectly for sure. I think it's been better in the last year or so. I don't know. I could attribute that to my own personal work, the fact that all of our kids are getting older. I think they're starting to think a little bit differently. Although I was talking to my 30-year-old niece not long ago, and she's like, yeah, I'm starting to realize my mom did the best she could. And I was like, good Lord, do I still have to wait 7 more years?
That is
You
such
do.
a good point, because the work that we're doing now for them is not going to be appreciated right now.
No,
And we might hear it when they're in their 30s.
right.
I get it, Mom.
That's true, though, because our
Yeah.
kids are pretty grateful.
Well, no, not grateful, but there's always friction in some areas.
Yeah. And
Like-
we do realize later on in life what our parents
Yeah,
had limitations
and it's
around.
getting more life experience. And I think in your 30s, you're getting more life experience. And
Yeah.
if you're having your own children,
Right, well, that's huge.
it's a
A
total
wholly different thing.
Totally different.
Yeah.
But so sometimes when you're parenting adult children, again, it's not always going to feel good. And that doesn't
No.
mean it's not right. Because
Exactly.
it may not feel good in the moment,
Right.
but it's the long term that you're going for to make them a better human being and help them essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been,
How do you not lose yourself, though?
oh, how do you not lose yourself?
With 5 adult kids, how do you not lose yourself?
You buy a house with only 2 bedrooms.
Which is exactly what we did.
Did you downsize?
We are in the process of it. Yeah, we have
Part of it.
room for guests.
Okay.
We both decided, my husband and I both decided that it was time for us to take care of us. And, and that's been tough. I mean, I've had moments, talk about like losing yourself, of like, what if my kids need a place to stay? What are they going to do? And it's like, well, they've got other parents, they've got grandparents, they have resources, they can figure it out. I'm not going to feel guilty.
So proud of you, because that is such hard stuff.
So hard.
House was like you putting your stamp down on what's important for you and for Tad, your husband.
Yep.
And that was a big, courageous move.
Yeah, it definitely was. So I think that's how I have tried to not lose myself, is by putting myself first and having to deal with the guilt that comes from that. I don't have it perfectly figured out, but I'm getting much, much better at it.
And letting it wash through you.
Yeah.
Do you talk to your kids at all about this? Is this like an open conversation that you've ever had with any of them?
Are they
Not-
gonna hear this podcast?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to tell you. I know we're live and there's probably a recording, but there is another very important podcast happening right now. And the only reason I know that is because I have a Swiftie as a daughter. So she asked me today, she's like, are you going to listen to that? I was like, yes. And then I looked at the time of this. I'm like, nope, not listening to it, but I'll watch the replay.
There is going to be a replay of this. So.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So I don't know if they'll listen to this. And if they, I haven't really, and here's what I'll say. I haven't really had that type of conversation with my kids, little bits here and there. I think we're still in the process of kind of establishing those boundaries. And honestly, what I was going to say earlier is my focus now is really trying to have as many positive interactions with my kids as I can, because it's been challenging, and being a single mom and the pandemic and their little brains not being fully developed and the challenges that they've been facing. There's been a lot of challenges and a lot of negativity. And so I've been really, really focusing on having positive, fun, lighthearted interactions with them. So when the harder stuff does come, it's a little bit easier. My my uncle used to call it like emotional deposits in their emotional bank account, so that when you have to take those withdrawals out, there's enough in there
Right.
that there's room for that. So that's kind of been my focus.
That's awesome. 6 positive
Yeah, 6 or 7 to
affirmations
1 negative.
to 1
To one negative, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, and everything you're saying is about self-care. Boundaries,
Yep.
you know, boundaries go along with that. And the airlines have had it right the whole time. Put your mask on first before
Yep.
helping others. And I gotta tell you, 15 years ago, I was like, that's rude. So I'm gonna put my mask on before I put
And now you
my
get it.
toddler's mask on. Now I'm like, hell yeah, I am.
That's right. That's right. That's a tough lesson to learn for sure.
It is. And I love through this whole conversation that you're really saying, hey, I don't have it completely figured out. And I trip and fall a lot of the time. This is
Yep.
why I call people like Mindy and Macy and say, okay, am I crazy? Is this a good boundary? Am I too much right here? And so that's what people listening need to understand.
Yeah.
It's not a light switch. It's kind of a science experiment again.
Yep.
You're trying different things for different kids. You're in tune with your body.
Yeah.
Knowing that sign when your stress and overwhelm goes up, and it's
Mhm.
not, and it's around, you know, you're watching your kid and everything they're dropping around the house, and you're starting to steam. Then you know, like you said, such a good point. It's time to set a boundary,
Yep.
and boundaries are healthy.
Yep.
And they're not going to feel good when you set them.
And they're not gonna feel
No.
Super uncomfortable, and you're going to just feel so awful and gross.
You're gonna feel like a shitty
Ugh.
person.
But that's
and-
why most people get scared and they run off the other way and they take the easy road.
Yeah.
So much easier to just be a martyr and complain about it.
Oh yeah.
Until you can't
So
stand
much
it
easier.
anymore.
I mean, it's the parent at the checkout line and the kid's screaming for the candy, and rather than doing the right thing, you're like, "Here you go, honey, shut up,
Yeah.
be quiet, zip it."
Yep.
You know,
we
we've
know
all
that
been there
doesn't pay off.
sometimes.
Yeah, and we have, but we also know it doesn't pay off in the long run.
No, no.
Right.
It doesn't,
Yeah, Macy, thank you for being honest about
Yes.
that. It's
Yeah.
it's one of those topics that we have to talk more openly about
Yeah.
and talk with our adult kids about.
Yeah, I can totally see a world where I'm having those conversations with my kids. And we have had a little bits of those conversations, but like I said, the focusing on the positive and having lighthearted conversations and talking about Taylor Swift and that kind of stuff, and the podcasts they're listening to and what's exciting in their world, like that's kind of been where my focus has been with them.
So important.
Yeah.
Mix
And I love that. I love being able to relate to them in that way.
right, and not be the bearer of bad news or dun dun dun.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Yep, yep. I've loved having you here.
Well, thanks, you guys. This was fun.
Lucky stars all the time for Macy.
Ditto, sister.
Who we keep in our inner circle.
Oh,
That's everything. So
yeah, she's
you
a
guys
good
have
egg.
been lucky.
She's
Yeah.
a good egg. I want to go to Italy together, or
Oh,
Portugal, or
Okay. Sign me up.
yeah.
Get your foot surgery so we can get that done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, Mace, thanks so much. I love and adore you.
Thank
What's
you.
coming out in her background?
yeah.
It says "Let it be easy,"
Yep.
and she switched that because before she had "We can do hard things."
Oh, I love this.
And I was freaking tired of doing hard things. I was like,
All semantics, isn't it?
I can do it. I can do hard things.
Frame it.
Now I want to,
Easy.
Love
now
it.
let it be easy.
Love
Yeah,
it.
I love that, Mace. You're
Well.
such an inspiration, and you
Aw.
do so much. And I,
And good luck
Really
in your
appreciate
move.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're gonna want an update.
yeah,
You guys are awesome. I love your podcast. I listen all the time.
Thank
You
you.
guys have such great things to say, and I hope more and more and more people listen to you.
Thank
yeah,
you.
perfect. Well, we
Thank
just
you.
want to have fun and talk
Yep.
about the stuff that is on our hearts and other people's hearts. So
Love it. It's the best.
Great. Well, on that note, all the positive
thank you.
accolades.
Yes, we love
Thank you.
you.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Okay. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
All right. So we are going to,
Stop in
Is
the
that
lower
it?
left. No, it's right here. She needs to put her glasses on.
There we
Blooper
go.
reel. Blooper